Now this is multiple. Now what if I have to take more than two actions? I can take. Is it compulsory that I should restrict myself to take only two actions depending on a condition? No, not at all. There are situations where we need to take multiple actions depending on the condition. But then the conditions will also be different. So we have to check the condition. If that condition is true, then these statements will be executed. Else if, this is actually else if. So, but syntax is elif. So you have to write elif, but I will say else if so that you can remember that. Otherwise, what will you do? If this is not true, then what will happen? It will come to this. It will check this condition. If this condition is true, good enough, these statements will be executed. If not, again it will go to next. And then this, like this, it will go on. Else is an optional here. But it is better to use else because suppose if you get stuck up in between, then if none of the condition comes out to be true, then where will it go? It will go to this last end. And here you can write a proper statement that none of the conditions were true. So at least you will come to know that some condition you missed because all the condition you have to cover and some you missed because of that. None of the condition is true and none of the statement action has been taken. And therefore it has jumped to else statement. So you can edit your program and then again rerun it. So it is always better to use else statement, but as a syntax, it is optional. So I will just read it for your sake. That the statement, it allows you to check multiple conditions, and with that it will execute different blocks of code whenever condition is true. It is used for branching execution based on several alternatives. And for this, the short of else if that I have told you, and Python evaluate each expression in turn and execute the suit corresponding to the first, that is true. If none of the expression are true, then the else clause is specified and its suit will be executed. Now, an arbitrary number of elif clauses can be specified. So the question arises that how many conditions I can add in my program? You can add as many number of conditions you want to check in your program. In your problem, if there are various conditions, you don't have to worry. You can check any number of, but the complexity of your program will increase with the increasing number of else if statements. So, looking at that, you should restrict yourself to, while using elif statement, that you have to restrict it, but otherwise you can use any number of elif. So, and if else clause isn't included and all the conditions are false, then none of the block will be executed. And else clause is optional. Yes, I've written. It's optional. And if it is present, then it can only be one and only one. And it should be specified last. Last should be the else. Now, let's go through this example. Here we have used elif, but this is not a program. So you will say it is not indented. Actually, it is indented. Well, while writing the program, we will indent it. Here it is not. So what we are doing here is score, int, input, enter your score. Why we are writing here? What is a score? A score is a variable. What is int? Because we want input as int data type. That means integer type of data should be entered. Because scores are always integer type. Then input, enter your score. So this message will be displayed. Whatever value you will enter here, that value will be accepted and it will be stored in score. Now you have to decide the result. So multiple conditions will be there. If score is greater than equal to 90. If this condition comes out to be true, the student has scored 90 or more than 90, you have to award grade A. So simply write, if this is colon, then in next line you have to write the statement So grade equals to, and in single quotes A, because A is a string constant now. Though it is a single character, but it is a string constant. And all string constants should be included in quotes. So being a character, it is being included in single quote. We could have written double quote also. Now, if this is not true, then what will you do? You will check if the score is greater than or equal to 80. Now, question arises, am I checking greater than or equal to 90 means, 80 means 80 to 100? No. Your control will transfer to this, only this, if this is false. So, if this condition is false, that means your score is not greater than, neither it is equal to 90. It is below 90. Sure? So we will check here that is it greater than equal to 80? That means actually we are checking, is it greater than equal to 80 and less than equal to 89 or less than 90. If I say less than 90, then 90 is not included. That's why less than equal to operators are there, because we have to be very specific with computer. So you can write here, if I want, I can write here, if score greater than equal to 80 and score less than 90. But I don't have to write. Why should I triple my computer again and again? It has already said, na, your score is greater than equal to 90 is false. That means it is less than that. So simply check this. Is it greater than or equal to 80? That means is it between 80 and 89? If so, you want to award grade B. So simply assign this value to grade. Now this is also not true. Then score, is it greater than equal to 70? That means what are you checking here? This is false. This is also false. Then only the control will get transferred here. Okay. So if so, that means you are checking, is it greater than or equal to 70 and less than 80. Because equal to is checked here. So less than 80. That means 79 up to. Again, if so, award C, grade C awarded. If this is also not true, then is score greater than or equal to 60. Now you have understood that if I am checking like this, then it will be 60 and 69. Then, sorry, grade D. Grade D will be awarded in this case, and else, yeah. We don't want to pass our student if he doesn't score marks or score greater than or equal to 60. So 60 is the limit. We want all first divisionals, and therefore we will write in else part grade equals to fail. So here else part is not optional. We have properly used it, right? So you have to use it. Grade equals to fail, and then join the main part, print grades. So suppose if this is suppose if this is true, then the control will be transferred to grade part. Grade equals to fail, print grade. So where will the control transfer? If score is greater than equals to 90 is true, the control will be transferred outside this. If else, if elif, and therefore print grade. So what will it print? A. If condition matches for B, then it will print B. Otherwise, C, jiska bhi match kar jayega, that will be printed. And if none of them is true, then it will come to else part, and in else part, and in else part we have written grade equals to fail, then it will print fail. Okay. What is the purpose? It will handle multiple conditions. It is useful when there are more than two possible scenarios or more than two actions are to be taken. So this way, now let's execute. One by one, it is like I'm typing. Please enter name, because we are writing program now. So we will display it nicely. So let us take name also, then score. And after taking name and score, we have not fixed here. So we are taking it from the user. And then we are checking if score greater than or equal to 90. Then what will we do? Grade equals to A, else if. Please enter name. Now Anushka, she scored 91. So print app. Again, look at this statement. Print app is formatted string, right? So what will do? What will F do? It will put the value of name, the value which is being stored in. Yeah, my cursor goes up. So it will put here the value which has been stored in name. So Anushka is there. If I must have entered Anushka, so her name is printed, has received a grade. Now grade is because 91, the first condition is true, and because first condition is true, so A will be assigned to grade and same will be printed here. Okay, I would like to work with yes. Now from today onwards, we will be working a Colab. No more one compiler, okay? Because now we are grown up. So for beginners, one compiler is okay. There are many functions and very many features you will need for AI, executing programs in AI. So you will have to use Colab. So why not to practice it from today only? Okay. Now this is the program, and you can see by mistake when I copied this, it got copied aligned way, but you can see here. Okay, I'll go one by one. These are the statements which comment. So comments, they will be skipped, ignored by the compiler. It has nothing to do with the comment. This is for you. This is for the user. So I've written this code will prompt the user for their name and score, determine the grade based on the score, and then print the result in a clear format. Okay. Then name equals to input, please enter name. Score equals to int input, please enter score. This much you have understood. Now see here, the indentation has been done. Without that, it will never execute your program. So during copying, has happened. I will make correction in my presentation, but later on. But it is so. So if score greater than 90, grade equals to A. Else if score is greater than equal to 80, grade is B. If it is greater than equal to 70, grade equals to C. Else if score is greater than equal to 60, grade is D. Else grade is fail. And then we have printed F is for formatting, name in curly bracket. It will take the value as it is and it will print here. Has received a grade of, and then the grade, because same we have chosen as grade, we have chosen for storing the grade. So you have to write grade. You can choose any other, but it should be reflective. Indicative, we say that the variable name should be indicative. Indicative is the proper word. Because if it is indicative, automatically score means here. We are not going to take the amount from the user. It will be the score of something. If I'm saying grade, okay, some result. So it is indicative. Okay, so let's execute now. Now the Chakri is roaming. It will take some time because this is not one compiler. One compiler is very fast. It will take some time. Let's wait. Because Hare Ram. It is queued. And let's wait for some time. If it doesn't, then oh yes, it's here now. Huh. So in Colab, you will get the result at the bottom. Okay. Screen is separate. No problem. Now whose name shall I write here? Okay, I'll write Aishwarya's name. Aishwarya. Now see, if I'm doing nothing and if I've typed and I'm saying, oh, computer will do it, it will accept Aishwarya. No. मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? I will have to मैंने बोला था ना थप्पड़ मारना पड़ता है. So just press return key. So as soon as you press return key, it will accept. Now next line आ गया. That means it has accepted. The name Aishwarya has been stored in name. And now please enter score. So let's give 85 देते हैं. Let's see what happens. Again, if I'm sitting like this, nothing will happen. It won't store 85 in score, but as soon as I press return, it will do. And the result has been displayed. Aishwarya has received a grade of B. Got it? So this is our program. Now let's go back to our yes. Good. So this is how we are going to execute all programs in Python only. Yeah, something must have happened. Yeah. Good luck. When and why to omit else? It is optional when no alternative action is needed. Then you can go to else. Someone has raised hand, but please wait. We will go back to this slide. Don't worry. But let me finish first. Okay. Because we have sufficient time, I can revise now. See, I'm getting disturbed. Okay. So this is pictorial representation of what? This is pictorial representation of if else if statement. So test expression, if this is true, then this statement will be executed. After executing, it will go to a statement just below last statement. Then if no, then it will test second condition. If this is true, again it will perform, execute this statement to the main. If this is true, then again, so if no, then it will go to test expression 3. If it comes out to be true, then statement 3 will be executed. Then we'll join the main part. But if this is false, then it will go to the else part and then it will join the next. Now, this is conditional expression. I love this statement. It is actually it's something reverse way they have done. Like, see, I will directly explain you with this. And first I will explain then this and then I'll go to syntax, then you will be able to understand. Now, if m equals to, m is a variable written on left side of this relational operator. Yesterday I told you that relational operator has two operands, all the operators there. If they are binary operators, they have two operands. So in this assignment, always the left hand side, this side will be, on left hand side will be a variable, which will take the value evaluated on right hand side of equal to. So equal to is assignment operator. M is a variable where you are going to store the value, and which value will be stored here. So it will first check if A greater than B. If A greater than B, then this value which is written before if will be assigned to M. Otherwise, the else part, it will go to else part and this value will be assigned to M. So this is how conditional expression gets evaluated. So expression, if, like I'm explaining this only because this is the statement. And when talking about the conditional expression, M equals to has to do nothing. From here, our conditional expression starts. So same we have written here. Expression 1 followed by if conditional expression. It is expression only. Else expression 2. So if conditional expression is true, then expression 1 will get activated. This will be assigned. Otherwise, expression 2 will be assigned. If false, then expression 2 will be assigned. So in this syntax, in this expression 1, if condition, else expression 2. So if conditional expression is true, expression 1 is written. and expression 2 is not evaluated. If conditional expression is false, then expression 2 is returned and expression 1 is not evaluated. So EXPR is for expression. And then complex conditional expression. So even you can use here arithmetic, the expression itself can be used, and then it is called as complex. It will be evaluated in a similar fashion, but what will happen here? If x is greater than y, then what will be assigned to z? 1 plus x will be assigned to z. But if false, then in that case, if false, then y plus 2 will be assigned to z. Once again, z equals to complex conditional expression we have written. Look at if. In front, on the left side of if, that expression will be evaluated if the condition is true, and it will be assigned to the variable written on left side. But if the condition is false, then it will go to else part, and this expression will be evaluated and the value will be assigned to z. Now, purpose shortens conditional assignments into a single line, making decisions concisely. For us, it is good. Maybe for beginners, it may not be. It helps in writing shorthand kind of notation, simple decisions on one line, thus making the code more precise. And small, straightforward condition, one line if you want to write, one line program, 2 line, just write everything here and write print z. So 2 lines, the program is finished. So like this it is useful. Then let's execute them also. So we will find here input a number, right? The number will be stored in number, and then determine if the number is even or odd using a conditional expression. Now see, purposely I have not written hash here because actually I wanted you to point out hash nahi likha hai, so this you will get error because error expression it can't evaluate unless and until I write here, because this expression is a word. It's not a statement, it's not a keyword, right? So therefore, I must write here hash in front of this. Or I can put them in 2 lines and then put 3 quotes here and 3 quotes here. Either way. Then result equals to, now see how nicely we can evaluate if number is even or odd. This is the best example. If, first of all, write the condition. If number %2 equals to 0, why I have written this? Because I have to see whether the inputted number is even or is it odd. How will I decide? For us, in our brain, everything is there, na? Because we have learned since our childhood. And therefore, everything is being stored in our memory. Believe me, our memory also calculates like this. But we never know it. Because we are so much used to it and repeatedly we have done it. So our memory cells work so fast that immediately we answer it and we think that, yes, I know it. You don't know it. It has been computed. And this is how we think that has gone to artificial intelligence. It has taken away to that. So if number %2 is a modulus operand. So if number is divided by 2 and if your remainder is 0, what does it mean? That the number is even. And if not, then obviously it is odd. Right? If it won't be, the remainder won't be 0 if it is odd number. That you know very well. So what I have written is, if you simply can start writing like this while programming. So if number %2 equals to 0. So condition you have written. After writing this condition somewhere, now you decide a variable where you want to store the answer. So I have taken result as a variable. So result equals to, this is assignment operator. Then whatever I want to assign to result, if my condition comes out to be true. So if number %2 equals to 0, definitely I would like to assign even, and even is a string constant. So it should be included in double quotes. Characters are included in single quote, and even it is better to include strings more than 1 character in double quotes. And then write else here. Else, what is what you want to assign? Odd, obviously. So you write odd in double quote. So how will this be executed? If number %2 equals to 0, then result will be, even will be assigned to result. If false, then odd will be assigned to result. So this is practical example. How can you use it? Then print, of course, F is taken for, formatted is formatted. The number, because I want to print like this, that the number is result. Now suppose if it is true, then it will print the number. Suppose we have inputted 14. So the number 14 is even. And suppose if you have inputted 19, then the number 19 is odd. This will be. So keep condition simple. Use these are the, while writing conditional statements, just few tips. Keep condition simple, not very complicated. Use comments to explain complex logic wherever complex logic comes. Above that, you must add comments that what for you have written this particular logic. Logic means now you will code it in program. When we say logic, it is in mind or on paper, but when we type it, it becomes code. So those block of statements or the if statement you have written, so for what purpose that you should write? Avoid deep nesting, because as complexity will increase, then definitely as a beginner, you will find it very difficult to debug the errors. Actually, debug itself is a error removing, so you won't be able to debug. And clear and maintainable code you should write. Now, this is the last statement, Python pass statement. Now, what is pass? When you play a game, or simply if you are asking some questions, you are attending an interview, and suppose one after another questions are thrown on you, and then if you do not know the answer, then you are being asked to say pass. I don't know, that means you just pass. So pass means yes, you have attempted it, but you have not answered. So you have passed. But if you have attended, then either your answer was right or wrong, or you have done something. But when you say pass, you have done nothing. If you don't say pass, don't worry. If you are you have answered correctly or you have answered wrongly. In both the cases, you have done some action. But when you are saying pass, you are doing nothing, just passing it on. So same here, same happens here also. So sometimes we find when we write big programs, that time we feel that some if statement I would have to include here, and I'm yet to decide the condition or the codes or what shall I write here, but it is in my mind. So you can use pass statement for blocking that thing, so that it will serve you as a reminder that you have to add something here, and you can execute your program without that, because it is a pass, so it will pass. So how will it pass? It's a placeholder. We call it as a placeholder because it does nothing but syntactically needed, because if you want to book some space for that, so it allows you to write code that you intend to fill in later. It helps in structuring code without errors during the development of the program, and hence it helps in writing codes, steps, and placeholders. Now, the syntax of pass is very simple. If condition. So if condition, you just write true here, because if condition is true, then only you know if a statement kaisa work karta hai. If condition is true, then only the pass will be executed, right? If false, then will be skipped, but not skip it. You can, but it is always treated as that you should write true, so that the inside things should get executed. So if you write true, then the control will be transferred to pass. Pass means just pass on. To do letter, implement letter. So just do nothing and do nothing, and then it will join the main program. In main program, the first statement you have written hi, so it will print hi. That's all. And then conclusions. Recap of key points. Conditional statement पता है आपको. If else, if and if else, everything. Ternary operator for concise conditional. 3. Now, where is ternary operator? Which one was ternary? This is your ternary operator. Here, this is called as ternary operator. So mastering these constructs is crucial for efficient Python programming. So if you can understand and you can master these control statements, then it will be very easy and very effectively and efficiently you will be able to write Python programs, because they will allow you to handle different scenarios. Now, whatever is in your mind while some problem is given, you will start thinking, how will I solve it? And then you will either write algorithm on paper or in mind. So after that, you will start coding. So at the time of coding, it will help you a lot if you are well versed with if statement. So now this is the task for the day. So at home, you are going to write these three, and just I will tell you, and then I will take question answer session. Like this program, again, I have asked you to write, check if the number is even or odd, but not using ternary operator. I have shown you how to do it. That logic I have explained. Logic means algorithm. So that I have explained you that you accept the number, divide it by accept the number and then divide it by 2. And after dividing by 2, find the remainder. If remainder comes out to be 0, write that if statement for it. So if it is 0, then go for printing that the number is even, or otherwise you jump to else part and there you print simply that the number is odd. You don't have to check for is it not equal to 0, because if it is not equal to 0, that means it is not equal. If it is false, that it is equal to 0, and if it comes out to be false, that means it is not equal to 0. So don't check. Why to check? Now you have to apply your intelligence. So yeah, that logic should be very concisely, you should make it very effectively, efficiently you should make. So directly you can write that, oh, this number is odd number. So this using if-else statement I want you to make, and please execute them in this program in Colab. Then write a program to determine that the number is positive, negative, or 0. And here I want you to use if valid statement. How will you check it? If number, you accept the number, then check is it greater than 0? Then print the number. If true, then print yes, the number is positive. Else if, because you have to decide 3, and purposely I have asked you to use else if, and therefore you will have to write the condition again. So there you check if less than 0, then negative, and then check else if equals to 0, then display that the number is a 0. Okay. And then the last, write a program that categorize a person based on their age. So this you are going, here you are going to use if, don't use if, okay. So here you use if, at both the places I written if else. I think at one of the places you use if else, and at other place you can use or whatever you want. So same, just you have to decide the category. So take age as input, name also you take, and then you can display so and so you are child, you are a teenager, you are adult, you are senior, you are super senior. So you are taking age and you have to write the condition. Now how will you write the condition? So either start from here or start from here. So earlier we have started from here. So if greater than equals to 80, if age greater than equals to 80, display or category equals to super senior in double quotes. Else if, then next condition, category equals to senior in double quotes. Then next, category equals to adult in double quotes. This way, go on and come to the left. So it is always good to start from the highest. But reverse also you can do and try to do it. Okay.